Welcome class to today's math lesson. Today we'll continue our work with fractions that have unlike denominators. And what that means is working with fractions that are different sizes. So here we have a half and here we have a sixth. Now before we can subtract sixths from this half, we have to divide this half up. We have to figure out how many sixths will fit into this half. So in your math notebook, please write this down. 1/2 equals how many sixths? So step one here is we're going to chop up this half into sixths. Then it will be real easy to work with. So our first step is to figure out how do we transform 2 into 6, or how many 2's fit into 6. And I know that 2 times 3 equals 6. You'll recall from the last lesson 2 that the strategy here is that however I transform the denominator, I will need to transform the numerator in the same way. Or in other words, whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. If I multiply the bottom by 3, I need to multiply the top by 3. If I multiply the denominator, that is, by 3, I'll do the same thing to the numerator. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. You can even see it. If you can imagine that this is 1/6, well then this would be 2/6, and then of course this would be 3/6 here, if these were each sixths. So we just turned this half into 3/6. And now it's pretty simple subtraction. If I have 3/6 and I remove one of them, how many sixths are left? 2/6 are left. So the answer would be 2/6. Let's try another example. Here we have 2/3 minus 1/6. So we're working with sixths again. And the question again is, how many sixths will fit into my 2/3? Because I need to transform it into a number that has the same denominator. So let's go ahead and write this down. I know that I'm going to be turning them into sixths. I already know that. How will I turn them into sixths? Well, let's see here. I'm going to start with, let's see here. I'm going to turn 2/3 into how many sixths? Let's try that strategy we tried last time. How do we transform 3 into 6 using multiplication? Well, 3 times 2 equals 6. Whatever transformation I do to the denominator, I have to do it with the numerator. However, whatever I do on the bottom, I have to do on the top. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 2 is what? That's 4/6. So here, we transformed 2/3 into 4/6. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, how much am I subtracting? How much am I taking away? I'm taking away 1/6. So if I remove 1/6, how many sixths are left? That's right. There are 3/6 left. That would be 3/6. All right, moving on here. Let's try one more. This time, I'd like you to give it a try on your own. See if you can do some of this math on your own. I'll get you started. So now we want to find out what 3/4 minus 1/2 equals. Can you tell which one of these you're going to need to chop up? Which one's the bigger one? That's right, it's the half that needs to be chopped up. So let's give that a try. 1/2 equals how many Now remember, we're chopping up the fourth, and what we want it to be the same size as these pieces up here. So we're going to chop it into fourths. 1/2 equals how many fourths? So here again, drawing that arrow. 2 times what equals 4? 2 times 2 equals 4. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. Can you finish this subtraction problem on your own? First, figure out how many fourths are in this half, and then subtract 3/4 minus that number. Give that a try. All right. How'd you do? Did you find that 1 times 2 equals 2? So this 1/2 is equal to 2/4. We're subtracting 2/4 from 3/4. 3/4 minus 2/4 equals 1/4. That's left over. In fact, you can even imagine taking this half, taking this amount away from the top here, and that would only leave this part here left over. We'll give it one more try. You can go ahead and try this one on your own. We're going to start with 3/4 minus 1/8. So which is the smaller number? That would be the 1/8. So that's the denominator you're going to use here. You're going to try to chop these fourths into eighths. So you're going to turn 3/4 into how many eighths? I can even rewrite it out here for you just to get you started. 3/4 equals how many eighths? Can you solve the rest of this problem on your own? Give it a try in your math notebook. Pause the video if you need to. When you're done, we'll review together. All right, assuming you've finished it on your own, I'm going to solve the rest of this together with you. 4 times what equals 8? 4 times 2 is 8. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So if I did times 2 down here, then I need to do times 2 up here. 3 times 2 equals 6. So now I have a new fraction. These 3/4 up here are going to become 6/8. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eighths. And I'm subtracting 6/8 minus 1/8. So I'm taking 1/8 away. Actually, I'll take this one away. So how many eighths are left now? How many eighths do I have left over? It's pretty simple. That would be 5/8 left over. All right, well, give this some practice in the follow-up work. Make sure to let us know if you have any questions, and good luck.